So, let's talk about AI in marketing. Is it all just hype, or is it really the secret sauce for massive growth? Honestly, it's kind of both. You've got some companies out there getting these absolutely game-changing results. But then, you've got a whole lot of others just throwing cash at new tools with not much to show for it. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to look at how you can actually go from just buying into the hype to getting real, high-impact results.
Okay, so first things first. Let's dig into the promise of AI marketing. This is the why behind all the buzz, right? These are the kinds of numbers that make every single marketer, including me, sit up and pay very close attention.
All right, just imagine this for a second. What if you could boost your revenue by 15% without creating a single new product? Sounds pretty good, right? Well, that's what AI-driven strategic planning can do. And we're not just talking about tweaking a few ad campaigns here and there. Nope, this is about completely rethinking how you go to market using data to make way smarter choices right from the get-go.
Okay, now picture this. AI as your ultimate sales assistant, one that can sift through like thousands of leads in a blink of an eye and point out exactly who is ready to buy right now. That's the magic behind AI-powered lead scoring. And get this, it's helping companies bump up their conversion rates by as much as 30%. It's all about putting your energy where it's actually going to make a difference.
Okay, let's pull back and look at the big picture for a minute, because this isn't just about some shiny new marketing tool. We're talking about a massive tectonic shift in the global economy. By 2030, AI is expected to add $4.4 trillion to global productivity every single year. And you know who's in the driver's seat? Marketing and sales. We are perfectly positioned to grab a huge slice of that pie.
So the big question is, how do you get your piece of that $4.4 trillion pie? Well, it really starts with having the right stuff in your toolbox. So let's crack open that AI marketing toolkit and see what we're working with.
All right, so you can really break down the whole AI marketing world into 4 main buckets. Think of it as a complete system for your strategy, right? You've got your tools for content and creative. These are your idea generators, your content optimizers. Then you have customer engagement tools, which are all about personalizing every single conversation and service interaction. Next up, analytics and strategy, your crystal ball for crunching data and spotting trends. And finally, automation, which is all about streamlining, well, pretty much everything. Each one of these plays a super critical role. And behind those tools, these are the secret ingredients, the actual features that make the magic happen. You've got sentiment analysis. It's like having a 24/7 focus group that tells you what people really think about your brand. Then there's predictive analytics, which is basically your marketing crystal ball. It tells you who's going to buy next. Natural language generation, that's your tireless copywriter pumping out awesome ad copy. And dynamic creative optimization. Think of it as A/B testing on hyperdrive, tweaking your ads in real time for the best possible result.
Okay. So with all these incredible tools and features, you'd think every company that's using AI would be absolutely crushing it, wouldn't you? Yeah, well, not so fast. There's this massive, and I mean massive, gap between companies adopting AI and companies actually seeing results. And that disconnect is exactly what we need to get in.
Yeah, this chart right here tells a pretty shocking story. Look at this. A whopping 78% of companies have jumped on the AI bandwagon, but only 26% are actually seeing real value. That means almost 3/4 of them are getting little to no return on their investment. That is just a staggering amount of wasted time, money, and energy.
Which, of course, brings us to the million-dollar question, or in this case, the trillion-dollar question. With all this potential, with all these amazing tools, where is all that value getting lost? And here it is, the simple, kind of boring truth. AI isn't magic. It's not a silver bullet you can just buy and fire. It's a tool. And just like any powerful tool, it's only as good as the strategy behind it. And that, right there, is where so many companies are tripping up. So, how do you make sure you're not just another one of those statistics? It all boils down to having a solid plan, a real strategy. So let's walk through a simple 4-step blueprint that's designed to help you turn that AI investment into an actual measurable advantage.
Okay, this is basically your roadmap to AI success. Step 1, define your objectives and KPIs. This is non-negotiable. You have to know exactly what you're aiming for. More leads, better conversion rates, higher retention. Figure that out before you even look at a single tool. Step 2, then and only then do you integrate the right AI tools for that specific job. Step 3, automate the boring stuff. Get the repetitive, creative tasks off your team's plate so they can focus on what humans do best, strategy and big ideas. And step 4, the one so many people skip, measure and forecast your ROI. You have to track it. If you don't, you're basically just guessing.
And speaking of measuring things, you really need to get your head around something called multi-touch attribution, or MTA. Think about it this way. A customer sees your ad on Instagram, gets an email from you a week later, and then finally clicks a Google ad to buy something. So, which one gets the credit? Old school tracking would just give it all to that last click on Google. But MTA is smarter. It understands that all of those touch points work together to make the sale. It gives you a way more accurate picture of what's actually working.
All right, so if AI is going to be doing all this heavy lifting, what does that mean for us marketers? I mean, are we all about to be replaced by robots?
No, not a chance. Here's why. AI is an absolute master at processing insane amounts of data, finding patterns we'd never see, and doing it all at a massive scale. But what humans provide is completely different. AI has no context, it has no conscience, and it definitely has no creativity. It can tell you what happened, but it has no clue why. That's where we come in. That's always going to be our edge.
And just listen to this from Deloitte. They forecast that by 2030, 72% of CMOs see their teams working more like AI-assisted creative studios than traditional departments. Think about that. A future where you're not bogged down by the grunt work. The AI handles the data, the scheduling, the reporting, and you get to focus on strategy and the big creative swings. It's not about replacement, it's about augmentation.
So this all leads to one final question. AI is here. It's not some far-off future thing. It's happening right now. The question you have to ask yourself is this. Are you ready to be the one pulling the strings? The orchestrator of this new symphony of humans and machines? Because that's the future role of a marketer.